Alright, so in this one, we are going to be reacting to this Japanese player's top, I believe it's 12 list, not top 10 list, but top 12 list here of the final part of Legends Fest 2023. I made my own list, so I do feel that I can now, have my thing put out there. You guys can see mine comparably to theirs. I probably might even have it on screen here. My list comparison to the player here's list. Again, they do top 12. I'm not even sure the full reasoning. As you can tell by me saying this is a Japanese players list, I don't understand what will be said, but I have seen it, and I do have, obviously, opinions on it. Clearly, there is a different situation of what is being run over there compared to over here, though we all do share the same units, right? So having the list be too far apart, there clearly will be some, I have a bias toward this or that, they have a bias toward this or that, you have a bias toward this or that, right? No one can be fully 100% objective in a game where they have literal every character and they're using this or that because your experiences might differ. This match was a low star, but then your team cooked so well with this low star team, and then this match was a high star, and you won this one match because that, and then it skews your objectivity that you could have, and obviously everyone has that, and this will be no different. This player will have a skewed opinion of it. I have a skewed opinion, you do as well, so I don't like, when I do see people like, oh, this is some trash fucking shit. This one that's hit rank 1 multiple times. I'm someone that's hitting top 100, top 50, top 30, top 10 a lot of seasons in a row. So when people are saying that, it's kind of like, calm down a little bit. It's not that deep. It's just my opinion to their opinion to your opinion, and we all kind of just like say our thoughts on each other's opinions, right? With that being said, let's get into it. Again, if I agree with something, I'll just kind of meander through it, be like, okay, cool, I agree. If I don't agree, I will, give my reasonings and points, which I do think is the most important part of this, giving you reasonings and points. So I disagree or agree with something, and then from there, we move forward from there. So we'll just skip, see a number, and then, well, give my opinion. So let's begin. Let's just skip into where the video actually does start here. So number 12, Rev UI. Okay, Rev UI number 12, I think is a alright thing. Personally, I have him number 10. I was debating, it was about 3 to 5 units I was debating when I was putting my top 10 list together. I was thinking like Orange Piccolo, maybe you could even cope like Cell or the Gamas or something, like Jiren even, right? At this point, though Omen did come out, so he did murder these purples, you could still maybe cope them because, okay, here's Jiren, you can run him with like off kind of weird setup, but like it'll work. Okay, here's Cell, run with UVB, it can kind of work, right? Maybe not ideal, but maybe it can kind of work. And it's kind of a similar vibe with that that was going on from my thought process of Omen here. But then I realized it's just better off to run double greens here, where the meta is right now with you just being scared of running purples. I would assume in the more Japanese side of PvP, they're not that scared of Omen. I would figure they have him like top 3, right? If I remember correctly, he is top 3 here. The new Ultra Omen Goku, but I don't think they're going to be that scared of him, and they probably just like forego every single purple in the game. I'm sure there will be some here. Again, I don't fully remember. I just know there is some outliers that are interesting that you and I probably wouldn't share the same opinion with. But Rev UI number 12, I could see him being the lowest for myself in this like 12, 13, 14 area. I would say, again, for myself personally, I'd say he's top 10. Hitting that 10 mark, being a core option on a pure reps team. If you don't want to run pure reps, you just run Pikkon instead of Rev UI, is just better off. But if you want to run pure reps, this guy would work. Pure reps does have a some exclusivity to it with the equipment on it. The pure defense for like level 17, so you could tank a little bit better, have more durability there, and it's actually right there, that 17 equipment, that 4th one down on the image here. But yeah, I would say 12, I'm not too off on it. I would say it's valid enough. What is the placement increase? It's just so high, they only have a number. All right, that makes sense. Like, he makes it to the top 12, so it's like good enough increase. Makes sense. Let's continue on here and go to number 11. UGB. So he went down 3. So this character was at number 8 prior. Obviously, the release of a strong yellow will decrease the value of these purples, right? Just a logical setting for yourself, which makes sense. Number 11, I don't know, man. UGB, it's a weird spot because Fusion's not really ideal. Why would you run UGB there, right? Fusion is just a leader slot team. You want to run Janemba or Beast, and then you have UVB and Green Gogeta. Okay, again, you're just leader slotting somebody. There's no point to run Ultra Gogeta Blue over a leader slot character in that setting, and Pure Fusions doesn't gain enough as a pure off roster to like make that work. Because like Pikkon Gogeta is supplementing you those pures they could offer for yourself, double puring. If you're going to run, let's say, Bardock Goku leader slot, okay, then get the full Saiyan base pure there, that 4th equipment. So if the pures are being, or rather just overall equipments are so like high and mighty value, kind of like a hybrid pure, where like the fusion, in this case, character is so valuable because he is a fusion instead of just a raw Saiyan, instead of just a leader slot kind of guy there. Unless that's the case, I don't see the value of the character. Again, you just start leader slot at that point, just gets better off the team every single time. Again, Janemba leader slot on fusion is very good. Pikkon with UVB and Beast, Bardock Goku because they're more free because, you know, purples go down, right? So Bardock's more free with UVB and Pikkon Gogeta. You have a duo right there, right? That's a very good duo, UVB, Pikkon Gogeta. It still doesn't fall off. It's just that third is kind of like, that third would fit better on a better third off team. So it's just like, I mean, Fusions is still a decent roster, but then this guy, again, is not core on it. Going down just 3 spots, I don't see. I understand that is a more late game setting, and what I can garner from what I've seen of Japanese tier lists, just in the past of going over this person's, other ones I've seen the, you know, pass even further than that, is that they do value revival very heavily. It's a more passive playstyle over there, and it's very, again, highly valued in the revival sake to where it's going to be long matches, which I understand. Even in NA, EU, all these regions right now, it's very long matches because revival, because indestructible, because endurance. Like, you're just dealing with long fucking matches. I have a lot of timer count matches myself, even with very high stars. It's just hard to kill because everyone's just doing so many things and so much safety. Just even getting a rush out is not really prominent in the current meta, and that's a good thing, I would say. But thing is with that, I could still understand that. If I weren't in a meta as well as them, that is like a very long meta, I could see like, okay, you could kind of cope this because they're in a longer paced meta, they play more passive, UGB has more value over there. But I understand that meta because we're also in that meta. We're also playing this very long game, timer count matches. Now, I still don't think UGB can make this. Definitely would have Rev UI above UGB. I don't think UGB is even in a top 15 realm, maybe top 20. I don't think UGB is even top 15 though. I can't see it. I personally cannot see it at all. But that just means, oh, Jiren! Jiren makes it. Jiren didn't make it the last list, but he made it here. Wait a second. Jiren didn't make it when the half green unit dropped, but Jiren makes it here? Because Jiren was Zenkai at that point. Jiren's been Zenkai for a good minute. Really? He makes it here when Omen dropped? You could argue, yeah, reps buffs, I get it, but again, you have Omen right there. Jiren can't soak Omen. I know Jiren's a very good wall. He's probably the best defensive overall unit right now, just in the entire game. Like, even with Omen existing, obviously if you don't go against the Omen, he's still pretty solid, but you're going against Omen. He's just such a common unit. He's just a popular character. I feel like you're just going against him too much to, like, see too much value. I don't fully, like, oh my god, gasp on this one, but it's interesting that he's here now, and he wasn't before. Like, what... Again, I wish I understood Japanese. I wonder what makes it where he's here now. I get it, reps got buffs and like he's more rush protection, that kind of thing with L17, yada yada yada. I get the like baseline premise, but what would make him garner more respect for them than it would when Bardock Goku released, when that was a half green unit? You would think that would make Jiren go higher, right? Because there's a half green now running around, and it's like Jiren, Evo Kaioken, walled off Goku Bardock, because blue, green, purple, green, okay, walled off. And Reps was very good against Goku Bardock. Now it's not very good against Goku Bardock because you're not running against a Jiren. I don't know about this. I can understand like top 13. Again, I could even debate him top 10 if I was like trying to cope it a tad bit over Rev UI, but I don't think this fits fully. I can understand the perspective of it, of Reps getting buffs, so you know the Reps unit is still solid, and I don't think he's bad, Jiren, but I don't think he's hitting this threshold right here. I think it's very culpably arguable, but I can't see it personally. I don't see this at all.
耐えられたんですよね。こいつ火ダメ振り向こうとか持ってないのに。いや、やばいよね。初手身勝手に捕まっても耐えれるっていうのが分かったんで、ちょっとマジ改めてこいつの硬さ尋常じゃねえなって思いました。でもさすがに痛いのは痛いんでね、しっかり身勝手りのパーティーには立ち回り気をつけましょう。あと気絶が結構今の環境通りやすいのもね、偉いですね。はい、ということでジレン君が第10位になります。はい、そして第9位、 まあ、黄色のね、ぶっ壊れキャラが
Hit. I get it. I get it. Hold on. I get it. I get it a little bit. I don't agree at all. I don't think he's top 15 even. But I get it. Yellow Omen, red Hit. I get it. But hear me out. Because this is when I was like thinking about it. I was like, huh, how is this one the one you debate? Because I'm thinking about 8 Vegeta here, right? And let's compare them two. Because I don't think 8 Vegeta's going to make this. I'm pretty sure 8 Vegeta's not on this. While Hit is. So 8 Vegeta. I'm just comparing the two because one's on it, one's not in this list. And I think one's on it, one's not on my list. So it's valid to compare. And these are two red units that aren't as good as Beast and UVB as an overall meta premise. But they're still very good in their own right against the certain characters in the meta. But let me explain why Ape is better. So while Hit has an overall cover change, a lot of units can get cover and all very easily. It's kind of how the game works right now. And Ape, when he does his cover change, he's reducing key, doesn't he seal rush, ups card cost, he just has more utility on his cover change setting. On top of Ape has endurance. On top of Ape does more to Sun Family and Blue. Well, you have Bardock Goku, you have Beast, you have Omen, you have LS17, you have Janemba, you have I'm sure there's more, but let's say just those 5 for now. I'm sure I just missed some, but there's more. You have those 5 for now. The Ape is doing more damage too, and then both these units here together, both their ultimates actually cancel attribute downgrades, so they both can't be debuffed 50% on their ults by Omen, which Omen does do because he'd be type neutral as well, because he gets neutral on top of a debuff there. The issue is that I have with Hit here over Ape is that Ape has the safety of endurance and better team, and Hit has time skip while being on a worse team. You know, Hit, where are you going to run him? I guess you could leader him anywhere, that's fair, but Ape, if you... I ran 8 Vegeta, you saw the team I used. If you didn't see it, go watch the video. 8 Vegeta, Bardock Goku, Pikkon Gogeta. Let me tell you, that shit's cancer, toxic, and you can't rush it. You got Revival, you got Indestructible, you got Endurance. Only 2 units in the game that are meta right now that consistently rush on 8 Vegeta, which is Endurance only, is Omen, off main ability, and UVB just overall. But that's it. Hit. How do you save Hit? What team do you slap Hit on instead of 8 Vegeta if you want to have the overall safety premise? Because again, JP players, I've noticed, just want safety. And Hit, I guess the safety you could argue here is that he time skips. There you go. That's the safety. It's not enough though. You need the utility of 8 Vegeta. You need the 8-week green cards with the easy combos. You need the endurance. I just feel the Hit gassing here. While I understand he gains more value, I'm not going to diminish Hit as a character like, yeah, no, he sucks still. He's fucking trash. He doesn't do anything because Omen exists. No, he gains value. That exists. That's true. But does Hit have more value than a character that has much better teams, much better cohesiveness within his team, much better survivability, much better protection for his team, much better cover changing for his team? I don't think Hit has that at all. I think Hit and UGB both don't make top 15. I think Hit is more easily arguable, clearly because, you know, he's red. But Hit and UGB, for me, they ain't making this. They ain't even close to top 10 here. I cannot see Hit being here. I think this is way too much gassing on him.
パーティーのエースなんですが、
How? They always have the game is so high. I don't know why. I don't know where the hell they go. This is the same thing as last time. It's just worse for the gamers now, matter of fact, because you're running... I'm actually running into a lot more double reds. Whether it be a good or bad idea, I don't really know. I don't think it's really a good idea, to be fair. Because, like, you just run Janemba, then boom, the fuck do you do when you have double reds of, like, yeah, here's Pan Beast. Yeah, let me just have my Janemba pull out and just do his thing. Like, you're running double reds for Omen, then you have Janemba right there. It's like, the fuck are you doing? No greens are even tanking Janemba anyways, because Janemba just stacks so fast. I wanted to touch on that. We'll touch on that later, depending his placement, because I forgot his exact placement. But my idea with that is that there's more reds running around, so Gamma's going down by just 2. Gammas don't have a home. You're not running Blast movies. That's not a thing. I mean, I guess you are running Blast movies if you're running Omen on it, but like you're running Omen, Beast, Pikkon, Gogeta. That's the safety team, right? You're not running the Gammas instead of fucking Omen. What the hell do you gain instead of that? Nothing. You literally gain 0. in that setting because Omen's just so much better individually. Androids isn't a team that you can run right now. It's just very bad off. Kind of like Future, where Gamas, okay, well, here's UVB, Beast, Ape, Hit, all these motherfuckers trying to come out the woodworks right now, even more so than they already were. And then you have Cell. Yeah, how is Cell dealing with Omen? Especially, how are you dealing with Omen when you have no red? I understand, double reds might be a little silly right now, but you need to bring something to deal with Omen. Whether it be a red or someone that could debuff ultimates, because, he fucking does 3 ultimates at peak here. You gotta have somebody that could, have a chokehold on Omen for an extent of the match. And the Gamas on androids or on movies have no hold. They get slaughtered. Androids is a much more squishy team than I would say movies, Saiyans, Sun Family, because Saiyans, what do you have? Okay, Bardock Goku, Pikkon Gogeta. Yeah, that's survival and fucking indestructible. It's pretty hard to fucking kill that, right? Endurance with Ape. Sun Family, what do you have? Okay, you have Beast Gohan, who can have some, defensiveness in his own right with his gauge. You have, once again, another setup where you have Bardock and Goku, another situation of a non-killable situation, and then Omen, if you want to slap on a Leer slot of Pikkon Gogeta on a Sun Family setup, you can do that. No one's stopping you, right? So it's just that team of androids is so squishy. How do the Gamas work? Where do they work? I don't know where the Gamas ever work, and I keep seeing them this high on these lists. Not even this list individually, but yes, on this list as well. And I don't know how they work. I don't know any situation where it's like, yep, Gamas are the one. I couldn't tell you anywhere where they would work phenomenally. I think they do okay. I think Androids is okay. But you're talking about a top 8 unit? How could the Gamas be top 8 when their teams don't even have, good enough situations for himself? And if Cell is on here, I'd be very surprised. I don't think he is, but that'd be crazy for Cell to be above the Gamas. We'll move on. We're going very slow through this. Number 7, Pikkon Gogeta. They didn't move at all. Interesting. I had them higher. I just value their team situation more. I can understand them being lower. I had them 4 or 5, something like that. Had them very close with Bardock Goku. They could have been swapped probably, but I did edge out on the idea that Pikkon Gogeta would be better. Because again, their team stake is just too good. I only have this character 8 stars and I'm gassing them this highly, but if you want to lower them to like a 6 threshold and maybe even say, yeah, 7. Sure, I wouldn't agree with 7. I would say 6 would be like the lowest I'd had this character, but yeah, no, that's fine. They don't, I would say they don't gain too much or lose too much. They just gain basically an additional team with Omen. I guess you could say that's upping their value because, again, my best team in the game, I would argue, is Omen, Beast, and a Pikkon Gogeta, kind of like more blast-centric movie / Sun Family team kind of mixed together, and it works out very well. Showed it off. And again, that's more teams for this unit, and I think valuing team over kit is more valuable overall, because what this unit was designed for wasn't really their individual godness. It's more how they flow everywhere, right? This unit flows on movies, on Sun Family, on Saiyans, on fusions, on, there's like 4 to 5 teams this character can run on, and it's like, on reps, if you want to run them on reps, fuck it, do it, why not? There's double greens, you could do it, who cares? Now run into purples. And then it's like, I value that over the individual. While they do lack a little bit individually, I can see a setting where they just be higher off, but 7, I don't mind. Again, 6 would be my lowest, but 7, no difference to me. I know I expected them to be higher. UVB 6. I have UVB swappable 6-7? Yeah, I have UVB swappable 6-7. So yeah, no, I can agree with this. UVB did go down for me as well, with not even anything particularly on his own right. Again, I mentioned this, where UVB, his own value is fine. Matter of fact, he doesn't really gain or lose. Again, you see him go down here. It's like, it makes sense because Omen, okay, I have my gauge. I auto-dodge your strike. If you're mid-combo, you do a blue card, I auto-dodge your blue card. Okay, you do your ultimate. UVB, out of the, most used characters with ultimates that can do an ultimate that is red, UVB is the one of the 3 that is not canceling attribute downgrades on his own ultimate. So with Ape, he keeps his buffs, right? He keeps his buffs from the ultimate itself. From Hit, he keeps his buffs. They cancel attribute downgrades. But UVB, he's having that debuff put on him. And UVB, it's been tested, actually. A 14-star, glazed up, all this normal shit you're going to do with him. Zenkai buff, 14-star versus Omen, does not kill on a raw ultimate to Mr. Omen Goku. And with that being the existence, UVB does not have the best counter situation to Omen. So yeah, he goes down a little bit because of that. But even more so is that, well, you're running him on Future. Okay, here's Cell. Cell's fucking nuked. Okay, what do I do there? You're running him on a situation where he kind of just has to hope for a good third leader, and that unit's kind of carrying more off in the match. Let's say I use again Janemba, UVB, Pikkon, Gogeta. More than likely it's going to be Janemba carrying most of the match. UVB kind of gets a 1 or 2 combo, then Pikkon, Gogeta just sit in the back, hoping to be relevant and help, but if they don't have to, well, they have Revival for safety anyways. And that's kind of what his team flows with, where he's like that second option, but the primary option is just a leader slot god, and it's like, his value isn't too crazy of a gassing up, as a matter of fact, goes down. So yeah, I agree with this. I had number 6 as well, arguable number 7 with Evil Kaioken, and I do wonder where they're at. Again, I don't understand Japanese, that's why we're skipping through, but if you configure. Oh. Beast! How does the red guy go down? Wait. Red Beast? He was at 4. Red Beast goes down to 5? Wait, how does the red boy go down when there's... LS17's not here. He's not going to be here. We didn't see him yet. There's only Janemba. What's making Beast go down then? Omen doesn't stop Beast. Beast was made to kill Omen, matter of fact. Because if you do a Beast main ability and then remove their vanish into a green card, blue card, which will be a drop combo, Omen can't auto-dodge it because he only auto-dodges those blue cards mid-combo. Those dash forward attacks, he auto-dodges mid-combo that aren't strikes. Or blast, I guess. But, Beast is made to counter Omen. And with Omen releasing, how in the world does Beast go down? What? 5? I don't know. See, this is where I wish I could understand what's being said. What? Okay. I don't agree. I'm just gonna move on from there. I don't agree. Let's just... That's the one that's probably the most shocking to you and I. The hit gas for sure is shocking. Jiren really is shocking to me, but this number 5 is crazy. Damn.
困ったらいろんな強いキャラ欲しいよっていう初心者さんはね、やっぱりビーストがしたらおすすめなのかなと思います。劇場版パーティーって息も長いしね。ということで第5位が、変身ご飯ビーストになります。
Let me hear this.
さあ、そして第4位。
Janemba. He went down 2. Why did Janemba go down? I guess you're running into more greens. That's arguable, right? Because Omen being a yellow and he's making all these purples non-existent. More greens makes more sense. So that makes sense. Janemba goes down a little bit. I put Janemba down as well from 1, 2, 3. Putting him 4. I don't... I think that's fine. I don't... If he's not, 5 and below, I can't really argue it. I think this is okay. The lowest I'm putting him is 3. I can't move him from 3. I can't put him higher. I can't put him lower. I think Janemba still stays at 3 for me. 4, I can understand it. It's one placement. I ain't gonna flip my lid about it, but it's like Beast, I'm gonna be like, huh? What's going on there? Janemba, though, I think this is fine. I think it's, it's understandable. There's more greens running around because the freeness that Omen has cleared for these greens against these purples that are now dead. For most part, you only see one purple here so far in the top 10 itself. So it makes sense. It's just, that's fine. We'll just move on from it because, what can I say when I agree? Quite literally nothing. Let's see. Number 3 here.
はい、そして第3位が
Kaioken. So they're upping value of evil. Actually, they didn't move. So they're saying the value of evil Kaioken retains while the value of Beast drops with the new Omen releasing. I do not comprehend that at all. I've said it a million times, and a lot of people are understanding this, that Evo Kaioken and Omen do not flow together. It is that both units want priority, and I know Omen doesn't really take long to build up. Matter of fact, it's pretty quick to build up. It's just that Omen builds up so quickly. That's the thing with Omen. He builds up so quickly, he does very good damage to reds even, where it's, you would just stay in overall more of the time with Omen, instead of just going into Evo Kaioken, that's going to be much slower and much worse off early game. I guess once someone dies, Omen and Evo Kaioken flow together, but that's once someone dies, and that's when your team becomes much more easy to kill. It's not like you have infinite advantages with this team. You got an auto-dodging mechanic, some double advantage LS17, and you're very squishy, though. Omen is squishy. 17 is squishy. Evo Kaioken is squishy. So you have reps becoming more squishy with the lack thereof Jiren, and I assume, for fuck's sake, that you do have what's his face, Omen here at the top 2, right? That would make sense. And with that, you would say it's actually pretty easy to deal with the reps right now because you have these red units running galore. It's not like LS17's tanking these reds, so it's like, okay, here's Beast, easy stuff. Here's Beast running with a green, so in case you do have some trouble with LS17 somehow, you got, here's Orange Piccolo, here's Pikkon Gogeta, here's whatever other, Bardock Goku, right? Evo Kaioken if you want, it doesn't matter. So I would say Evo Kaioken actually do diminish in my eyes. I cannot see them top 3. I could see them the highest at number 5, but here, I definitely don't get this. They just have to go down. Omen hurt reps more than buffed reps, and I think reps runs better with the number 12 unit here of Rev UI instead of with Omen. I think the best reps would be a green, green, blue right now, because Evo Kaioken, when they're like going, they're much better than Omen Goku, right? Overall, they're much better once that shit gets going. They're better than probably every unit in the game if they could consistently get to their end game overall. But you know, a crazy rush might happen, a perfect vanish might happen, a snipe out might happen where you just made one mistake. And that's why they kind of fall down. They're a little bit inconsistent in that because they just might die so quickly because they can die fast, especially with Omen. You do a blast into a blast. I had a 13-star Evo Kaioken die in 6 counts. I did 2 spam blasts, they try to swap, oh, dead. And it's like, that was a 13-star versus my 14-star. There's literally no stat gap because 14-star just gives the ability. So it's like, when you have a situation like that where this unit can die very easily, to really run on one team as well, I just have to see their value go down. I cannot see them as high as they are here. But 3, I can, you know, I can see the perspective. I just can't agree with it at all. Anything higher than 3, I couldn't even see a perspective. But 3, I can see a perspective where you say reps kind of got an increase, but I think it just got a decrease.
かませてこんなのが感じなのがこのね明らかになるかなと思います。うん。
Who have we not seen yet? Omen and who else?
ということで第2位いきましょうか。
Bardock Goku.
第2位がバダロット。
Bardock Goku, huh? I agree their value went up. Don't get me wrong. Both sides actually, because you run into more reds, Goku value up. There's no purples, Bardock value up. So what we're saying is Saiyans is the best team, because Omen's gonna be 1. No shit, right? We're saying Saiyans, Sun Family? What would it be? Omen, Bardock Goku, Pikkon Gogeta? But Omen's so much more blast based. Like his stat gap, even his green card, he gets 4% more blast. I would actually say it's not really ideal for Omen, actually. Because this unit's a lot more strike based, that unit's a lot more blast based. I don't think that really flows. Pikkon Gogeta don't care, they can do either or. I actually put this unit quite high on my list as well, because I did understand their team's got more value. I think Saiyans is a very good team. Sun Family, whatever you want to say. Kind of both, really, because they could be 2 separate teams here. I don't see the vision of top 2 for this character. While they are very strong in their own individuality, I do think their lack thereof crazy damage exists. While Bardock does do very good damage, Goku does not really do much. He's not really defending as he is, you know, promoted to be a more defensive type of character on the, you know, 2 sides of them. He's more defensive than offensive. And I do think Indestructible is not strong enough of a mechanic to argue this top 2 situation. I'd much rather have Beast here, Janemba here, as movies is probably, movies with like a leader slot, maybe it's still probably the best team in the game, which this would be kind of similar to that, right? You're doing, let's say, Pikkon Gogeta, you have Bardock Goku, which you have half movies, and then half Saiyans with Omen as well. It's kind of just like a mixology type of thing here. But with that, I can get why they're high up. I could even see them probably touching this top 3 threshold if I want to be really, really honest with myself here. But I don't see them in any situation being somehow better than Beast and Omen. I think Beast and Omen, whether you want to have either one of them, 1 or 2, I think those 2 are just better on their whole team's sake, on their whole individuality of their kit's sake, and in their flow of the current meta. While this unit definitely gained value because of the lack of purples, and yada yada yada, they also lose a little bit of value, to be fair, because Goku is blue, so you are running into more greens because of the lack of purples, but that isn't really the full reason. It's just more the Goku side is such a subpar character to the Bardock side that, at least what he wants to do, right? Goku side wants to be a tank type, and it's like, he does not tank a hit, he does not tank shit. So it's just, it's a little wonky for that side of the character, which I do think hurts them to not be a top 2 in my opinion, but I wouldn't say this is, you know, something outlandish. I just wouldn't agree with it. And number 1 will be the new UI Goku. Personally, I couldn't put him above Beast Gohan. I know Beast Gohan's 5 here, which I wish I understood the reasoning, but I do not. I cannot put him above Beast Gohan though, because Beast Gohan, they quite literally made Beast Gohan prior to Omen to be a direct counter to him, and then also be a good partner for him, because Omen gives, Beast gives 30% to blast damage, which is like, why the fuck would he do that? And then you realize Omen's a range-based unit, and there's Sun Family, and there's like a leader slot that exists. They can actually run them together very competently. I think that is a very good setting, actually, of them two together. So they made a counter to Open, because you just do that drop combo into the blue, yada yada, as I explained, and it's like, okay, he's dead. And it's pretty easy to kill Omen if you do have Beast Gohan, if you're trying to run like a Saiyan roster with Ape, you're trying to run a hit on a leader slot team. I don't think Strike Reps is good enough to run. His leader slot hit somewhere. I think Omen has a lot easier potential to be killed than Beast, because Beast, all you're really worried about is Janemba. LS17's not doing the job, right? We accept the point that LS17 can't kill the job of killing a red unit, especially Beast Gohan, so you also have greens alongside Beast Gohan. Who is protecting Omen? I mean, LS17's not really a protector, right? He's not really defending. We all know this. Janemba is not really being run with Omen because they don't flow in any sense of the word. So it's like this guy has no protection while Beast has tons of green protection. It just makes more sense to me. While they have the equivalent amount of teams as well, I would just say Beast is better. But Omen, again, I have number 2, number 1, number 2. It's nothing too crazy. I don't think there's a big gap between Beast and Omen. I would say a gap starts when you're kind of looking at like Beast, Omen, Janemba, then kind of like lowering down. There's like a gap of like the overall output that's going on. But besides the output, the utility sense kind of like recovers that output setting that these other units like, okay, Pikkon, Gogeta, they're lacking output, right? But their utility of the green cards, of the disruption, of the revival, of yada 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 they can do is kind of making up for their lack of damage. I do think the top 3 units of Janemba, Beast, and Omen do have a little more foundation for higher damage and higher ceilings, because Omen just stacks so fast. I mean, Janemba and Omen literally stack the same way as one another. You just spam cards, 20%, 20%, 20%. That's featured boost amounts of stacking. Just 20, 20, 20, 20. And they can beat the ever-living fuck out of you. But I do think Omen is a top candidate. I mean, I had him 1A, 1B initially when I was thinking between Beast and Omen, and I sided with Beast on that side of being number 1, but number 1 here for Omen, I do not think is something outlandish. The more thing I'm curious and concerned about is Beast Gohan being 5 when the new character is a yellow and Beast was literally made to kill Omen. It's like, how does that math work, especially when Omen's not really being saved by any blues? If there was a very good blue to save Omen, I could see Beast going down, but like there isn't. There just isn't. They're not running into it. And matter of fact, you're more running Omen on a team without LS17 than you are with LS17 from my experience. But let me know what you guys think of my reaction to this Japanese players top 12 list at the end of Legends Fest 2023. I'll see you guys in the next one.